Good morning and welcome to the Daily Echo. It is Super Sunday, August 31st. I get excited at the end of the month because I get to introduce the book of the month for the following month. And I've tried to vary the books of the month. As we've looked back over the last few months, we've had one that really dealt with taking care of our bodies physically with the Supple Leopard. Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which I think is a book that really you could spend the rest of your life and continue to learn. Eat to Live, about how we put nutrition in our body. Greatest Salesman in the World, who I think is an incredible guide, or that book is an incredible guide to teach us how to live life to its fullest. So I thought it fitting today to introduce a financial book. And I've had the great honor to know the man know the man still who wrote this book, and spend really about 3 years with him, 2 years where I was with him at least via a web chat or a web class a couple nights a week. Talked to him many times, met with him many times, had dinner with him on a few occasions, and really got to see him at work. And that's Phil Town. And the book of the month this month, is that a good, we got a little glare, is Rule Number 1 by Phil Town. And you can see here that the simple strategy for successfully investing in only 15 minutes a week. And I like the very top of it there where it says the clearest and best book out there to get you on the path to riches. This one's special, and that's from Jim Cramer, who's the Mad Money guy. Why would I recommend a book like this, and why do I think it's so vital? Phil's written another book called Payback Time, which I think is a fabulous book as well. As we all know, when we're dealing with rule number 1, if we think about the rules in investing, rule number 1 is don't lose money. It's very simple. And if we go to rule number 2, it says, remember rule number 1. Warren Buffett is one of our examples in this world today of a guy who's just incredible at investing. And rule number 1 is following Warren Buffett's style of investing. The great thing about this book is it simplifies the process. And for many of you out there who think there's no way I could take our money and invest it safely, well, I think you need to read the book because it's not as difficult as you think. And in no way is the book having you take your funds out of where they're at now and go and invest them. You want to practice and you want to utilize some of the techniques that Phil teaches you here. As I said, they're very simple. And I've spent a lot of money taking classes and going to different parts of the country and sitting through 3 and 4 day seminars of actually reading charts and the advanced technical signals. But you know what's interesting? When I get back to the basics of this book, the simplicity of this book, the returns are much better. Think of it this way, there's nobody, and hopefully this statement is true, there's nobody out there that cares more about your money, I hope, than you do. And so a lot of times we read about financial advisors and accountants and other people embezzling and taking advantage of money of people. I would think that each and every one of us, if we were confident, would want to take the funds that we have and be able to invest them securely and understand rates of return. If you could get 15% rate of return on your money, you'd be doing very well. And a lot of people say, well, I'm only giving 1.5% or 2% to this fund manager. That's quite a bit of money if we amortize it over 30, 40, 50 years. In fact, it's quite substantial. Many times you'll see that it could be $1 million, $2 or $3 million, depending upon the portfolio size. So take this book, get it, listen to it. It's on audio, read it. You will be amazed. Phil is a great individual. He's just a wonderful person, and he speaks the truth. Phil's history is he was a special forces person in the Army, a Green Beret, served in Vietnam. He came home and he sort of got a little bit, wanted to go off and do his own thing. He lived in my growing up area, Flagstaff, and he was a river rafting guide at the Grand Canyon. And I'm not going to tell any more of the story because it talks about how he went from guiding people down the Grand Canyon, down the Colorado River, to becoming a tycoon, an absolutely incredible investor using basic skills, nothing fabulous, using good old rule number 1 investing skills. You will not be disappointed in this book. It will keep you entertained. He's a masterful teacher, and once again, he's a very, very good man. Just a great individual, and I can't endorse a financial book any better that I know of, and I've read a lot, than Rule Number 1 by Phil Town. So go out and grab it, read it, and start to implement it. Set up a practice account and just try these principles in a practice account for a few months, and you'll be amazed. Have a super Sunday. Enjoy the book of the month. We will be talking to you tomorrow about the new scroll on Og Mandino's Greatest Salesman in the World that is really the scroll that we'll move into next month. As always, thanks for taking time to watch. We appreciate all of you that watch the Daily Echo. Thanks. Go.